All right, welcome to today's live stream. It is Monday, May 19th, 2025. Hope you're doing great. Lots to cover today. Well, not a lot. Like, it's not a huge day other than the earnings coming out this week. And I'll talk about the U.S. credit rating, what happened there that is important for you to know. You've got mostly retail stocks coming out. Home Depot, some of the bigger names posting this week in that space. TJX, Target, Urban Outfitters. What else do we have here? Ross. We'll see how all these play out because these are typically the lower cost retailers and more affordable for folks, right? So it's going to be interesting to see. And then on top of that, we've got a bank stock, TD Bank, coming out on Thursday before the close. And I don't see, there's not a whole lot of action for Friday because the U.S. equity markets are closed next Monday. I will not be live streaming next Monday, by the way. So let's talk about today's movement in the equity markets. We've got the NASDAQ down slightly, S&P 500 up slightly, and we've got the Dow up. Not a big moving day. Markets dipped lower earlier, right when the equity markets open, but have since recovered. And the dip was because of this news here that Moody's downgrades the U.S. credit rating from AAA, so they had the highest credit rating for many decades, to AA1 late Friday after the markets closed. And basically they said the reason for that is because escalating deficits, increasing burden of refinancing U.S. debt amid elevated interest rates. We've been talking about this for a while. U.S. has a lot of debt and they're going to have to refinance it soon. June, next month is when all of this debt is coming due. Moody's was the last credit rating agency to lower the U.S. government's rating. It's been lowered by Standard & Poor previously, and they just kind of seem to have held here with Fitch as well and the S&P. They held out for the longest, and now they've dethroned, if you will, the U.S. Pristine credit rating, and I think that was a really good move, very good call. But the market's just been all over the place ever since then. And what this is showing me too, with the dip in the opening of the equity market, like let's look at the S&P 500. We have certainly seen a rebound since then. So the markets opened down at 58.97. That was the opening trade, a close from 5,900, close to an all-time high last week. And but look, ever since then, just off to the races. So there are retail buyers stepping in, buying these dips because there's been a lot of money sitting on the sidelines. So not a bad time to pick up some stocks or sell puts against some stocks. Companies that you really like and eventually want to own is a great way to back into some of these holdings. I wanted to share, if you, by the way, welcome to all our, I feel like I'm saying this every single week, but welcome to all our new members. We're just blown away by the amount of people who are coming into the Stock Picker. We topped the 800 mark last month in a 1 month time period. So wow, we're just blown away. 800 more people coming in. Welcome to all of our new subscribers, and welcome to our subscribers who have been with us since the get-go. Many of you have been around since 2017 when we first, 2018 when we brought this to the market, and we're so grateful for all of you. So thanks for being here. If you have questions, feel free to connect with me. There's two ways to do that. Through our stock forum, you can ask any questions that you have in our main stock forum, I'm happy to answer them for you. And under this stream today, here you can ask under this join live stream, type your question in, and I will get to it on the following live stream. I'll answer it for you in detail. So I'm certainly happy to do that, and definitely willing to do that. So that's all I've got for you today. Thanks again. I will see you in 2 weeks, and I'm going to share some updates for the software that we have for you. Super excited about what's coming down for you and what we're working on. So have a